Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to today's episode of Improv Gaming, or today's part of the episode of Improv Gaming. This is part 3, airing today, Friday. And today we're going to talk about... we're not going to say it yet, because first, allow me to introduce to my far left, we have Mr. greatest fan of Zelda ever.
That was
terrible. That was horrible. The greatest Zelda fan ever. If you don't believe me, check out the tattoo on his right arm, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Triforce. And Jeremy Bird.
What's up? What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
That
To my
was absolutely
left,
dreadful.
who is like fucking mocking me every single chance he gets, including the last episode, which you should check out. The host with the most, and always wondering, Mr. Pete Anderson.
Hi.
I fucking hate when
I
he
hate
does
when he
that.
does
And I would like to
I really
point out that I
hate
did not wear a hat.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet. We're going to look away, and then he's going to come back out with another fucking hat. And I have the best ponytail in the business. It's fabulous. I know. I am Nicholas De Jesus. And today we are talking about more support for our supporting characters. In that, don't you think some of these supporting characters are good enough to have a game that is as good as the original game that they're in?
Anybody got any examples of games that actually were good? Because I have a couple, and...
Otacon. Try now.
Shut the fuck up.
You know what? I will... he made the joke, but I will say that Rising, being a branch-off game,
It was fantastic.
was actually a
Yeah.
pretty good game.
I enjoyed
It was pretty
thoroughly.
good. It was... I really thoroughly enjoyed that
I
game.
enjoyed the boss battles, especially with the guy you're going against, the whole story, and then you have this face-off at like this wasteland street.
I thought that game was really well done. For it not being an in-house production, it was another team that did it. I thought that they did a really good job with it.
Yeah.
So,
I liked it.
So I will say that Rising did actually impress me. I thought it was going to be crap. I was like, nah, there's no way.
I liked it.
Say what we're thinking so Nick can get mad at us.
What's that?
Luigi's Mansion.
I love Luigi's Mansion.
Is it that good?
Fantastic. It's so good.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's the thing is, so... Through all the Nintendo consoles, it's always been a Mario game I'm sorry. Their launch title is always a Mario game. GameCube, they did it with Luigi's Mansion. And the other time they did it was with Wii, when they actually started with Twilight Princess. But literally, when the GameCube was coming out, I was like, wow, there's no Mario game, and I see Luigi's Mansion. And I'm like, I kind of can dig this game. So I bought the console when it came out, I bought the game, and I loved it. It took, almost 10 years to get a sequel out of them.
But still, just the sequel is just as good. It adds a new element.
Yeah.
That's same thing with Rising. Metal Gear is all stealth and approach and caution. When Rising was chop this guy up, take his heart energy, squeeze it, get health back. Go and slice him up to 1,000 pieces in that slow motion. When Mario's the platformer that everybody knows, and then you have Luigi's Mansion where he's going around to save Mario while vacuuming with the Poltergeist 3000.
Yep. I call that a full sequel. I don't call Super,
Super Luigi U.
I don't count that. Only because it's, yes, Luigi's the main character, and you have Toad, someone else, and you have Nabbit as characters. I feel, to me that's just a cheap cop-out. To me it doesn't count. Mario's Missing for the Super Nintendo, I call bullshit on that because that game was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about Dirge of Cerberus, which is that spin-off of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good
I've
things
never
about that.
played it. I heard good things about it, though. I heard that it was really well made and it was really well done.
I skipped it when it came out. I'm like, it looks good, but it wasn't quite my thing.
I didn't know that it was a Final Fantasy spin-off.
Really?
Because I didn't know anything about the game. All I knew was the title. And nothing about the title really hinted to me that it was going to be a Final Fantasy game, so I never looked into it. And then, a couple of years later, I looked into it, and I was like, holy shit, it's a Final Fantasy game. I didn't realize that.
Oops.
Let me tell you of a great...
You fine.
Hello, my name is Peter. I'm going to tell you what a great supporting game was. I'm going to take you back to the PSP era. Ratchet & Clank was big.
Don't you dare say Agent Clank.
They had Size Matters.
Okay.
And then they came out with Secret Agent Clank.
Get the fuck. Oh, come on. Bullshit.
And it was for having Clank be a robot, you know, and not be as interesting as Ratchet to have those. And I know Ratchet and Clank fan. I know I'll hear about it in the comments. But to have Clank and have his own story and like this little James Bond-esque story, which was clever, but its own thing from Ratchet and Clank, fan-fucking-tastic.
I'm surprised none of us said Daxter.
Daxter wasn't that good.
I never played the Jack and Daxter series.
I like the Jack and Daxter.
I want to enjoy my life. And
Shut the fuck up. First game is kind of monotonous. Second game is decent. Third game is amazing.
I'm sorry, I just had to.
It's alright. This all brings us back, though, to...
He's gonna fucking say it. He's gonna fucking say it. He's gonna say it. Go ahead, Pete. Say it.
Say what?
Say it. You know what the fuck you're gonna say, you son of a bitch.
I'm gonna sizzle on this and have you go
God's sake.
crazy. No, what other good supporting character games are there? I'm trying to think, because there's some that are just terrible.
Yeah, some of
Final
them are
Fantasy X-2 was such a disappointment.
It was horrible. It was a terrible game.
Even though Pain tried to be like Auron, but she was not Auron.
She's not Auron. No, I'm sorry. You cannot.
Especially when you dress and change into a mage. Auron was never a mage. You know, and it was just... They tried to do fan service with little here and there, but, you know, I like the premise, you know, oh, they're pop stars, you know, we have to save Spiri, we have to save Spira. But then at the end, like, I just remember not completing it because I had to open this door, but I didn't know I had to open this door until 30 hours into it. And then the true ending is, like, he's a law, and I was just like, you know what? Like, Final Fantasy 13 with Lightning, and then there was Lightning Returns. I was like, alright, you know, that's... Because you can argue that, yeah, Yuna was a main character in Final Fantasy X, but it was all about
she was Princess Peach. That's what she was in Final
Fantasy.
I'm sorry, but you know, you weren't necessarily going off to save Yuna, but you were protecting her, and you were guiding her on her journey. And eventually, you found out that. Never mind. Spoiler alert. I'm not gonna say it. But you know, you find out that.
We'll pat our heads. So if you don't want to hear the spoiler,
no, you just find out that you can't save her. That it's not a save the princess kind of a mission. But you know, she doesn't. To me, she wasn't a main character of Final Fantasy. She was the princess being saved. She was Rapunzel. She was Sleeping Beauty. Like, she wasn't really the main character.
Did anyone play Shadow the Hedgehog?
No.
I've always liked Shadow, but I never played this game.
I heard that game was terrible.
It's
every Sonic game is terrible.
Yeah, not just the classics, but to me, it's 50-50. I like the game, yet it's flawed. Like, what blew me away was you brought Shadow in Sonic Adventure 2, and yet Tails is still yet to get his first game. I'm like, what the fuck, Sega?
Well, that was because Shadow was such a popular character when they introduced him.
You're right, yeah.
And that's why they did that, was because they wanted to snowball that into a much bigger thing.
And they wanted the franchise.
But mind you, like, that's towards the decline of Sonic. That's when Sonic started to decline, and they're like, okay, we need to. Oh, everybody loves this new character. We need to build a new franchise around this, and they failed miserably because.
Any of the new Sonic characters that they pulled out have proven themselves. Silver sucked. And that's really about it for the Hedgehog characters. Like, I like the game. Shadow the Hedgehog, it's just, it's weird, because it's literally, you're walking around as Sonic, but you're shooting stuff with guns.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Happy football season, because just before, the Patriots just started playing, and in my fantasy, my opponent did not choose a quarterback, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to win this week.
We don't care, dude.
I know, I'm just saying.
Nobody cares.
You know, on a sidebar, I know this is not game related, I apologize. You know the draft that we did here, that I did?
Yeah.
I was rated C. It says I'm going to be 4 out of 8. And then the live draft that I did with my buddies, I got a B+, and they said I'm going to finish in the top 4.
There you go.
And I was just like, really? Because I'm thinking the draft I did here was much better than the draft I did at it doesn't matter. But back to games. What side character would you like to see in a game? Who do you think would be able to stand their own game?
To stand their own in a game. Ellie from Last of Us.
Well, she kind of did with Left Behind.
Yeah, I guess so, but not really. That's downloadable content, not a game. So good job, failing miserably at that.
PlayStation All-Star. Best supporting character. I think also, you know who actually had a very successful, and I think you're going to agree with me on
Probably.
this. Toad Treasure Tracker.
I wasn't a fan of the game.
I love that game.
Okay, so here's the thing. So you play Super Mario 3D World, you play into the game, and you get this little mini game, which was Captain Toad. You really go through a level, and excuse me, and you collect stars in the level. You can't jump. I played it the first time, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And yet he got his own game down the road. Good for him. I'm not a fan of it. Hey.
Sorry. Nice business.
Completely fucking ignore me.
I always ignore you. I argue with them and I ignore you. It's the customary tradition of Improv Gaming.
As is tradition.
As is tradition.
Shut the fuck up.
That's another good episode of South Park
Yeah,
on the
it
sidebar. He is ripping off her arm as we speak, as is tradition.
Oh, you know what I realized? Princess Peach got her own game. Super Princess Peach.
Oh, yeah,
I forgot. I'd never played it because I was like, really? So I can't vouch on it. I won't knock on it. But
I think, well, to answer your question, I think Cortana would make a great video game.
Put me in this computer. Okay, I'm going to play Pong for 5 minutes. Now put me on this computer. Oh, Gallica is coming. I think that a very good side character would be, drumroll please, the PlayStation All-Star Cast? No. I mean, Orin. I mean, I could see him having his own thing, you know. How
I would like
to
do
like a prequel type thing.
Exactly.
Like the prequel to that.
with Titus's father and see how that all went out, how he became a certain character that's in Final Fantasy 13. Or 10, I'm sorry.
10. Also, I could see, Riku. No, I'm kidding.
No, I could see that too. That'd be nice.
Riku having
Riku have his
battle
own,
his own thing.
Nice. That'd be nice. There was somebody I was thinking of that I can't even put my finger on. I can't remember who it was. It was like a glimmer, like a quick thing that just passed my mind.
It was there and then
and then it just
I want to see Wario and Waluigi get their own team up game.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool.
Wario brothers.
The weird team.
I'm a huge fan of those two. I'm a huge Wario
course.
fan. So and then Waluigi has never had a main game to himself.
I think there's money to be made there. I would definitely think that. You also there's so many different aspects. If you can just take the support character and mold him or her in the right way, it's going to be successful. But
Virgil from Devil
Ooh,
May
that's
Cry.
a good one. I like that.
Virgil from Devil May Cry.
Let me nick into this.
He just said fucking Wario, you jackass.
Yeah, but
he just said Wario, you jackass. If he could say Wario, I could say Virgil.
That was good. That was good. You just got shut the fuck up.
Anyway.
Close the book on that one. I'll do it again.
Let me just say that Virgil is the antagonist of Devil May Cry. Waluigi really is just there for tennis and golf.
But
I would
Wario
still want.
isn't.
Wario isn't, but I would still want to play as Virgil. Woody, you said, "Here's Devil May Cry."
Yeah, you did in Dante's Downfall. Virgil's Downfall.
DLC does not count as a
full
game. As a full game.
Full game?
Yeah,
No,
it has to be a full game.
You want to make me happy? You put out Devil May Cry 3. Just call it Virgil's Trial or something like that. But you do the whole game with Virgil.
Well, no, I wouldn't want to see the same story with another character. I want to see the story of Virgil going through the suffering he had to go through that brought him to where he is, where he's at odds with Dante.
Yeah.
I want to see that part of it, because Devil May Cry 3 comes up and it's they're already at odds. They already hate each other. Whatever happened already happened, and now they're against each other. So I want to see a Devil May Cry where you get Virgil's side of the story, but you actually get to play through it.
You find out what the fuck happened.
Yeah, you find out exactly what the fuck happened, and to see what it's like to be on the other side, because Dante is somewhat of a tame demon compared to Virgil, who's fully embraced that demon side of his lineage, to see what that is like, you know?
Ooh, that's a terrifying and a freaking awesome thought.
We also have to come to the point where also some games that have supporting characters, like we said, don't match up. And I think of Gears of War.
Gears of War?
Judgment, when you had Cole and Bear. I like the concept of it. It just, in execution, didn't give you that Gears of War feeling. So you have to be careful, because you could have popular characters like Cole Train from Gears of War and just have it totally
ruin them.
You know?
Yeah. Like to a lot of Metal Gear Solid fans, Rising is considered a horrible game. And I guess, in a sense, rightfully so.
But it's not what they expect. That's why they're expecting,
Well,
stuff.
the ninja from Metal Gear Solid 1 and
Great
the ninja
cars.
from Metal Gear Solid 2, Olga, were both very stealthy in their approach. They weren't lightning fast, action-packed. They were stealthy where they would sneak around, and then when it came time to fight, they were lightning fast and action-packed. So, I think what the love lost was in that was, number one, it's Raiden, so everybody already hates Raiden after Metal Gear Solid 2. And number two is it wasn't the ninja that they were expecting, because ninjas traditionally are sneakers. They're not people that run around causing havoc. That's the samurai. That's more a samurai thing, outward battle in front of your face. But ninjas are stealthy. They sneak around and they fight. And that's kind of why the ninja concept is what worked so well in the Metal Gear franchise, was because it was a cyborg ninja. It wasn't a cyborg action-packed fucking shoot 'em up bionic beast. That was what Metal Gear Rex was for, and Metal Gear Ray and Shagahad was the beat 'em up beast.
There you go.
Don't mess with me with Metal Gear.
What were you saying again? Because I completely tuned you out in order to say my own point.
If you didn't.
If you didn't know.
I think there I can't think of any like major failures though of side characters besides Shadow, but that was already a failing franchise. That
Like I said, but Gear, like if you, it's, you know what? It's to preference. In the end, it's to preference. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But it's harder.
I never played it, but I've heard horrible things about it. Also,
What,
I've never heard any good things about Judgment.
It's not. It's not bad. But
Judgment, Gears of War.
Oh yeah, sorry.
When you have beloved characters like Marcus Phoenix, it's hard to go to another side character which doesn't even incorporate. At least, in Rising, nobody was mentioning Snake, but there was mention of other characters. Secret Agent Clank, there was always that mention of Ratchet, and it had cameos from other characters, so it was able to do a 360, and just, it's interesting. It's an interesting topic. Definitely something to come back to, I believe. But.
What's a great supporting character? Now that I think of it, the car from Need for Speed.
Get out.
That's a stretch.
All right.
Thank you guys for watching and listening to that abysmal.
Abomination.
Well, on that note, thank you for watching. I think I'm going to actually pass the baton over to Pete for all that jazz.
Oh, my goodness, I'm blushing.
Get him.
Hello, I'm Pete.
Oh, stop with that.
Please like and subscribe to the video here on youtube.com/Improv Gaming. It helps us give you great content, and it gives you guys great shit. On that, do it. Twitter and Instagram at improv_gaming. Email us at improvgamers@gmail.com. You can also like us on Facebook at Improv Gaming.
Space between the two words.
Boom.
He loves that. You can also follow us on Twitch at
IPG Jaybird.
Improv Cot.
And Improv Cat, both with K's.
Both of us with K's.
But not 3 K's, because that would be bad.
That would be racist.
Wow.
And we are a happy gaming channel.
Yeah, we love each other.
Like, love each other.
Like, really.
Thank you guys for watching. Expect a lot of Mario Maker Let's Plays, Surgery Simulator possibly coming up.
You still gotta beat Dear God, then we'll talk.
Dear God, no, I will not. That's, oh God. That is, on that note, we have upcoming guests coming on. We have a Twitch, a very popular Twitch guy coming on. Smokescreen, if you haven't heard of him. We have a fan named Dan coming on to talk about retro games and our PlayStation Plus and Xbox Gold games worth it. You know, and music games. We have a whole bunch of stuff coming for you guys, so please keep it in check here. Subscribe, like, and comment to the video. We always love your comments. Let me know how great my fedora and old man cap were. And if you like it, I'm going to bring more. I think it's going to be a weekly thing where I just have different hats.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not going to be a weekly thing. Do not encourage him.
No.
What was Nick's thing a couple of videos back? The internet loves me.
The internet does love me.
It's that ponytail.
It is a ponytail. And my balls.
There's just one more thing I wanted you to say. You know what it is. Do it, Rockapella. No, nobody on that?
No, nobody. And as always,
Game
game on.